Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back with another trailer reaction. There's probably going to be a lot of them given that it's San Diego Comic-Con, but this one is for Rings of Power Season 2. I'm pretty stoked for this. I absolutely loved Season 1. I thought it was incredible, visually breathtaking. Story-wise, I thought it was great, and it was just really interesting to dive into this era of Lord of the Rings that I wasn't super familiar with, and I had a grand old time with it. I know there was a certain side of the internet that didn't like it, but they don't tend to like anything, so that's fine. But I liked it, and I'm really excited for Season 2. So, before we check out this trailer, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me watch Season 2 of Rings of Power. And then if you're interested in seeing full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, including this show, consider either supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into the San Diego Comic-Con trailer for Rings of Power Season 2.
Sauron sees himself as master of all Middle-earth. He seeks to rule it not only through conquest, but by bending the minds of all its peoples to his own.
They recast that guy. He doesn't look that different, though.
And for that, he needs not armies.
No!
But rings.
Ooh. Rings of
In
Power.
choosing to wear those rings, you have all become his collaborators.
I know you believe this ring is deceiving me, but I believe it is guiding me.
All this may be by his design.
These rings may be how he attains power.
They must be destroyed.
For most of
We'll
them,
discuss the
for
rings
sure.
once you have answered the question.
Do you love him?
Who is this man?
He is no man.
Ooh,
He deceived me.
spooky.
He is Sauron.
What am I to call you?
A sharer of gifts. Our work begins now.
Okay. He does come giving gifts, for
I
sure.
have walked across mountains and deserts to help my friend find his
The
destiny.
wizard.
One the fate of the world may depend on.
Is it my task to stop the fire? Is it my task to face Sauron? To try and cheat death? Might lead to new
Oh.
Father, take off the ring.
August 29th, about a month away.
I'm afraid, Durin.
Every soul in Middle-earth is in peril. Will you abandon them to their doom?
No, what have you done to me? Leave Sauron to me.
Promise me, Elrond,
I'm just in awe right now.
you will not stop until he is destroyed.
Forgiveness.
Is this Tom Bombadil?
Takes an age.
Is that a
Need your axe,
female
old friend.
ent? It sounded like a female ent.
Fight with me. Fight with our friends!
When the darkness falls, there are always some who rise forth and shine.
Bruh.
You will give me the nine.
This is insane. Just even for a trailer. Are they gonna release it weekly? Hopefully. Bro, I'm stoked. That looks insane. Like, it looks so cool. And even the comments don't seem like that upset about things, which is a surprise. Like, normally I read the comments on Rings of Power stuff and everyone's like, oh, trash show, woke, like not following Tolkien's message, whatever. And maybe all those people are just like gone now. You know, they got impatient or busy with other things and they moved on. But everyone in the comments seems at least like mildly optimistic, which is pretty rad. And a lot of people are straight up just like, this looks way better than season 1. Season 1 I thought was great, but this does look really, really good. It looks dope. Just from like the grand epic scale to the story they seem to be telling as a whole in season 2 is, I feel like this is where the story really gets going. Like, season 1 was definitely like, hey, let's get you into this story. Let's get you to care about some of these characters. Let's get you through the setup so that when we reach seasons 2 through 5, that it is believable and the emotions hit and everything works and it just is good, right? Season 1, again, I thought was incredible. But now I feel like we've hit the ground running and we're like fully in stride now. And I'm pretty freaking stoked. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than the fact that like this looks awesome. It looks prime, dude. Like prime from prime. It looks so cool, and I love that they're really like hitting home on like I mean, this is a grand good versus evil story, but we're also touching on like the moral complications of like the nuances between whether or not like the elven rings of power are the same as the other rings of power, and like, is it corrupting her? Like, is it like, are these things happening? Even though if I remember correctly, I think in the books, at least from what I remember, I don't think Sauron ever touched the 3 elven rings. So I don't think the 3 elven rings have his like corruption imbued in them the same that like the 9 rings of the Nazgul, right? Like, that doesn't happen to the elves the same way it happened to the men or the dwarves, right? Those other people are getting corrupted, but since the elves, their rings are different from what I remember. And so I'm pretty curious to dive into like the nuances and the nuances and the different portrayals of like how the rings are going to affect people in the story. I'm very, very interested in that. I'm interested to see Sauron just doing his thing, like being a giver of gifts and being this charismatic guy instead of this like undercover guy. I am very excited to see the battles. Like, the battles in the first season were grand and epic in scale and visually stunning, and I'm really excited to see even more. I love that they incorporate a lot of horses into the battles in the show. Like, season 1 they had a decent chunk of horses. Season 2 they got even more. Like, it's a weird thing to like be a fan of, but like, it's gonna be dope. I'm also curious to see like what's going on with the wizard. You know, who we are kind of pretty sure that it's Gandalf, but it might not be. I mean, they were pretty on the nose with things, literally, at the end of last season about it possibly being Gandalf. And so I'm very curious how that develops. I'm pretty sure we got teases of both. I think Tom Bombadil was teased in this. I'm not even just teased, like they showed his face, I'm pretty sure. And then I think the spider that Isildur was fighting was potentially Shelob, but I don't know 100% about that either. We saw a female Ent. I'm pretty sure that was a female Ent. Like, it was an Ent and it had a female presenting sounding voice. So that would be really interesting because we haven't seen female Ents in live action before. And even in The Lord of the Rings, Treebeard is like, we just lost them. Like, we don't know where they went. Like, they might still be sleeping, who knows? And so I'm pretty curious to see what's going on with that. We had a friggin' Balrog like doing parkour. Things were looking insane. And there was a spooky thing in the mist, like, I don't know. There's lots of things happening, and it all looked cool as heck. And I'm pumped. I'm so stoked. And it comes out in roughly a month, which is not that far away, but still seems like forever. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's all I have to say about this trailer. I'm super, super happy. I feel like this was the best trailer that they've made so far, and I hope it gets a lot of people interested in the show again, because, you know, obviously I would prefer many people to watch the show with me and to talk with, and just like have a grand old time being nerds about this show with. So yeah, I don't know. Again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe or ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you're interested in seeing full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, including this show, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.